and welcome to Students in Media. My name is Angela Cleo Smith, and we have a great show set up for you today. Our first guest is going to be DMACK, Best Dressed Threads. He has a clothing line, it's online, it's a great set of men's clothing, and he has some women's clothing as well. Also, later on in the show, you're going to see Maxine Reynolds. She has a show called 60 Fine, and her guest today is Daryl Robinson from the New Linen Life location in San Leandro, California. So let's get started. Welcome. How are you, Dwayne Mack?
How you doing, Cleo? How you doing?
Good to see you. Long time no see. So you have this clothing line online. First of all, let's get started let's find out just a little bit about who you are. Give us some background.
Well, I was born in Washington, D.C. I moved to California in 1971. I moved back to Washington, D.C., graduated in 1977. Moved back out here again in 1979.
Okay, so back in 79. So you've been going back and forth from D.C. to California. And then after high school, what did you do?
I went into the culinary field. I was a cook for like 20 years.
Oh, okay. So you went into the culinary field.
Right.
20 years after high school. But now you have this clothing line, DMACK, Best Dressed Threads. Tell us about that. How'd you get started?
Well, I was frequently patronize this men's store. And they asked me to come work for them. And I started selling shoes. I became known in the Bay Area for known as the Shoe Man. So I sold millions of dollars of shoes.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how I got into the clothing business.
Oh, okay. So what you're saying is that once you got started selling shoes, tell us what happened to make you decide to go on your own.
Well, I always had a passion for clothes, and what I really started was that I was had a suit on hold in where I worked at. I had purchased a lot of suits there. I took a suit and put it on hold for my mom's 70th birthday, and the store just decided to sell the suit. So at that point, I thought it would be a good chance for me to start patronizing and promoting other people's suits and design my own suits at that point.
Okay. And so what inspired you? I mean, give us some names of some people that might have inspired you on your type of clothing line. Who inspired you?
Well, I get inspiration from a lot of different things. A lot of TV, 20s, cowboy western movies, old group singers like Delphonics, Dramatics, Stylistics, a lot of western movies, just all kinds of things. I take a little old and a little new and mix it up.
Okay. I was looking at your tie. Would you say that was a western?
Yeah, I came from the West.
Okay.
Western, yeah.
Okay, so, I was looking at your DMACK with the thread, the Best Dressed Threads. Tell us about your logo.
Well, the logo is the D is the D that I do when I sign my name, so that's the D where the D comes from.
Okay.
Of course, we all know the last name is Mack. And Best Dressed Threads, the Best Dress came from me winning the dress contest. And then threads, of course, is a word that comes from the 70s. Well, back in the 70s, we used to always call it clothes threads, so nice threads. And so we took it and put the combination together on DMACK Best Dressed Threads.
Oh, interesting. I was looking at your logo, and you have put your Mac on your. Is that on most of your shirts?
Yeah, the slogan is "Put your Mac on." It's dual meaning. And it's putting my label on. Also, putting your Mac on has to do with putting your best clothes on, teaching the youngsters to dress better. Okay. So it's putting your best attire on. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So, what are some of your goals for your company?
Oh, well, my goals are, I have numerous goals, but one of the goals is to create a dress awareness program for young people, teaching them how to dress better, understanding the importance of dressing. One of the most powerful tools you have today is your appearance. Going to job interviews, we're like the first to be, last to be hired and first to be fired, so we have to look our best. When I say that. We need to look our best at all times.
Mm-hmm. So tell us about the support, because we had talked earlier about some of your goals, and you were saying something about supporting Black businesses. Could you tell us a little bit about that?
Well, we have powerful dollars. We need to support each other. We need to invest. I mean, that's one reason why I invest in my company. I have my company because it's trying to have a mentoring program for young men women who are trying to raise young men. It's very difficult, so it's trying to have some outlet for the kids to have a mentoring program down the road. That's one of the goals, is to have a mentoring program.
You know, that's a great idea on that mentoring, especially when I believe when kids are in school, if they dress well, they have a different attitude. Don't you agree with that?
That's true. Like I said, right now, kids, we have casual Fridays. They're dressed down on doing at churches and stuff like that. We need to get back to the concept of dressing back up. Understanding the concept of dressing up, it means just what it means. It means step your game up, so it means to dress up.
Okay.
Like I said, before basketball, the athletes would have to always dress up before the games. And I think we need to get back to that, understanding that there has to be a balance. You know, the saggy pants, the baggy clothes. We need to get back into understanding how powerful dressing is.
Okay, so that's a great concept that you have going. Now, you are online. Tell us, you know, what made you go online as opposed to a regular location? Does that work well for you?
Well, yes, because starting off a company, you know, you have a lot of overhead. You know, the rent and all that kind of stuff. I think it makes it more exclusive too to go online. It makes them have to go do a little bit more instead of having a location where, like I said, you have a lot of overhead, parking, all that kind of stuff. So I thought that we could start off with low overhead.
Plus, it probably make it where you can
Yeah, worldwide, you get, yeah, exactly.
Anybody can get
to
you.
Yeah, it's easy access. I mean, you have access to the whole world. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we're going to talk to you in a few more minutes, but you brought some items today, and we're going to go over some of your shirts, and you can kind of explain, you know, the uniqueness about that. So we're going to just take a break, and we'll be right back with DMACK, and he's going to show us some of his line, and you get an idea, and then he's going to tell us a little bit more on how you can get some of the best dress threads from DMACK. And we're back. We said we were going to take a quick break so that we can get some of DMACK's clothing. We were just talking about, he has a website where you can go and look at some of his designs, and he's going to talk about some of his shirts that he brought today and some of the ties and the uniqueness. And it is top notch, so I'm going to let you tell us a little bit about it.
All right. Well, this is one of my ties. I'll call it the DMACK Sky. And it's a reversible tie. Mm-hmm. And it has a matching handkerchief, and it goes around the neck. It's similar, like it goes like this. And the end result is that it's reversible, so it can go like this.
So it's almost like you're purchasing one tie, and you actually have two ties.
Exactly, right? Exactly. And I have the design with the shirt. It goes through the shirt. It can go through a regular shirt, but this shirt is designed for it to come through and in and out of the collar. But this is what I call a DMACK Sky shirt. And then here's the sleeves with Put Your MAC on, embroidered on the sleeve.
Is that on every shirt, Put Your MAC on?
Put Your MAC on, and also they have the wide sleeves.
Are they all French cut?
They're all French cut shirts.
So they're all designed for the what are they called?
Cufflinks.
Cufflinks.
Yeah, cufflinks. And this shirt is 100% cotton. This one, and we have them made in satin. And
so there's 100% cotton. So you have very, very quality shirts and ties that you have, right? And you're a designer. Could you tell us what it means to be a designer? I mean, do you actually sew the clothes yourself, or how does that work?
I don't. I draw them out. I stitch them out and I get them made.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they're pretty much made to order, or when they see the design on. Tell us how that works.
It depends. If it's a suit, I'll design you a suit and have it made for you. Some designs, like the shirts, I'll have some pre-made already, and I can make suits all the way from whatever size you are. So that's how it goes.
So you're saying, like, if I said, "Oh, I like that suit, but I actually would like the collar to be maybe cut a little shorter," would that be possible?
Right. That's the idea.
That's the whole idea.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Some uniqueness to it. Yeah.
So tell me about it. What type of man would wear your suits?
A person that, what I can say, want to be a little unique. Everything's not for everybody, so you want something that fits your style.
So what if you don't really have style? Would you kind of like putting your MAC on? Could that be a temporary for the one evening? You have that swagger. You can bring somebody up to that level.
Well, we try to elevate people, and because I understand about the concept of dressing up. Even when I worked in the clothing business, I always want to elevate people. Teach them, why this suit is made better than this suit, or why you should move up and buy a better quality suit. Mm-hmm. So if you're gonna want to have a little swagger, as you say, mm-hmm. you wanna have something a little unique. You don't have to pay a little bit more money, but at least you know that someone walking around the street ain't gonna have what you have on.
Earlier, we were talking about how you can go online and pick a suit, and you're not going to find that same suit on somebody else when you're out in the streets, right?
Right. Well, like I said, if it's if it's a suit that I really like, I might think about making a mass production of them. But I'm not. I'm trying to have somebody come on that wants some uniqueness too. Right. So that's how I started. I started designing my own suits because I didn't want everything. I didn't want to wait around for somebody to make something in a store. I wanted to get it made for myself with my own input. Right. So instead of waiting in the store and saying, I don't know, I would like the collar, this collar, this banded collar shirt. Sorry about this, but I wanted a shirt that was banded, but I wanted it to be French cuff. Mm-hmm. You can't find them in most stores. They come banded, but they don't come with the French cuff. Do you find that more men are wearing the cufflinks now, or do you think that they moved away from it? No, it's popular. Very popular. Cufflinks are an accessory to your clothing. Mm-hmm. And I think it adds character to a man. First thing a lady looks at is a man's cufflinks, right? Yeah, well, they got ladies cufflinks. The ladies start wearing cufflinks too. So. Is that right? Yeah. Now, speaking of ladies, you were telling us that you do have women's clothing? Yeah, we have a few items for women. I want to eventually, one of my goals is to branch out and have a total women's line. So build a women's team. Women spend more money than men, basically. So, but everywhere I walk, when I find people, they always ask me, when you gonna start having women's stuff. So I put some women's things on line, and they've been doing well. The women's tank tops, women's tank dresses, even some of the shirts. They like some of the shirts, so we're gonna add that to it down the line. And if someone wanted to know more about you and your company, how would they go about it? Well, you go on my website, DMACKBDT.com. DMACKBDT.com. Like B as in best, D as in dress, and T as in thread. We really appreciate you being here today and taking the time out, And I want to thank Linen Life for allowing us to be here in this beautiful, beautiful gallery. It's so nice. And you'll get a chance to talk to Daryl or listen to Daryl Robinson in a little while with Maxine Reynolds. And again, thank you so much, DMACK. And we'll be online checking you out very, very soon. So thank you so much. Thank you for the opportunity. All right. Okay, we're going to come back and we're going to have a good time with you because next up is Maxine Reynolds, and she has a show called 60 Fine, and her guest today is Daryl Robinson, so they have a lot to talk about. And again, thank you so much, Linen Life. I want to thank also Our TV for being